And welcome to your tutorial for Gym Master booking online and prepaying sessions. So when we log into Gym Master, this is the home screen you'll find yourself on. And more importantly on this screen, over towards the left here, these are all the tabs for options for the different features to this system. For today, we're really focusing on the schedule and find member portions of this, more heavily on the schedule for getting your sessions booked. So let's start there. In the schedule, at the top of the screen here, we see the resource that is available and the schedule that we're looking at. So for right now, we can see the list of all the trainers, so you can look at your own individual schedule, or you can look at the schedule for one of the facility options. So for your sessions to be booked, you're going to want to book through one of these specific options: the consult office, the private treatment room, or any of these options for the gym floor, which are just different training slots available. So on the gym floor, looking at next week's schedule, say I want to train a client. There is wide open schedule here, so I have my pick for when I want to sign somebody up for a session. Now in here, if I were to find the session time that I wanted to see somebody, say I had a client that wanted to come in on Monday at 7 o'clock. So I'll click this 7 o'clock time on Monday. It'll take us to this screen for adding the event that we're talking about. You're going to want to add booking for a training session. On this next screen, we're dealing with the details of this booking that you're adding. So, in terms of booking the time for yourself, the member you're looking for is yourself. So I'm going to find myself on the list. I'll search, and there I am right here. I'll click select. So now I am locked in for the membership. On this service list, looking down the list here, there are some options for the services that I can book time for in terms of rent. So I'll want to book my client for an hour session, so I pick 60 minutes. If I wanted to book for 90-minute session, 90 minutes, and so on and so forth. So I'll click this 60-minute time and scroll down to the further detail section. In the date, you can click this to change the date in case you clicked on the wrong date or time, and you can make this any date that you want, so long as it's the specific date you're trying to book. After that, once you're sure about that, because this is a 60-minute session, the time is already preset to be an hour. However, you can still change the start time. Further down from there, you can see the repeat section. If you have a client that is typically coming in at that time and you want to set them to a repeating schedule to make it so that way you don't have to book this every single week, you can set the time in which you're planning on seeing them. So say, for instance, you're seeing them at this same time weekly, or every other week, or once every 4 weeks, or maybe you're seeing them every day at this time. You can also set when the repeats end, which I suggest to make sure that you're not leaving things running forever, because if you don't, this will run until the end of time, which is probably a little bit longer than they want to be working out. In the resource section, you can find the different resources available like we clicked on the previous screen in the schedule. So you can click here to change options to one of the different training slots, or say for instance you did need that private treatment room or the consult office. These are easier to see the schedule on the other page because you can see if it's already been booked. However, this will prompt you if somebody already has that time booked. It will let you know that you cannot use this during the time frame that you specified. So that might be a good time to go back to the sheet and make sure that that's an option or that's available. Under the trainer, you can click this to select yourself. And then at the bottom here, there are 2 remaining slots here. One for the room, which isn't really necessary because we've already specified the resource, but one is for the note section. So clicking on the note section, I can fill out the client that I'm working with. So this is how you will track who you're working with and when, and this is also how we'll follow up to make sure we know who's coming in when. So this is a required section. Underneath that, there will be a pre-filled out price according to what it is that you're trying to book. And those will all be the same as they have been and have been established. The next option is that you can pay for this automatically and upfront, or you can save it to go through during the normal billing cycle. So now I have this session booked. The way I have it saved is such that once the session comes due, it will automatically pay it and put that charge on my account. So now that you know how to book a session and how to change all of the booking details as needed, let's go to an option for prepaying or pre-buying sessions. So in order to do that, you'll need to find your own account in order to buy these sessions. There's a few ways that you can get there. There are 2 different find member sections in which you can type your name and find yourself. So let's go to me. And then this brings up my Handsome profile. So in my profile, I have all my details about who I am and how to contact me. Under these other tabs are some further information. With the membership tab, this covers what memberships that I currently have. So I've already prepaid and bought sessions. These are already on my account. But let's go through that process again. So if I add a membership, I can add a unique, different training package onto my account. In here, under Division, I can select the type of membership this is. So this isn't a gym membership where I'm a typical person coming and going and working out at the gym. This is also not personal training packages where I'm selling these to the client. This would be a trainer-based membership because I am getting sessions from the gym. So I'll be a trainer for the division. And then under the memberships, as far as options for membership, if you select this, you can select from a number of different rent options in order to prepay or pre-buy specific types of sessions. Now note that each one of these packages only work with a very specific type of workout. So say for instance I buy this 60-minute one, it will not deduct or allow me to deduct for a 30-minute session or a 90-minute session or anything else other than that. It has to be the specific type of session that I am prepaying and pre-buying. So you can buy multiples of these. You can buy just the one if there's a very specific option that you always use, or you can just pay as you go with the normal scheduling option. So say for instance, I want to pre-buy some sessions ahead of time. So I'll click on this. This seems like a reasonable amount of sessions for me to work through a week. So now I have these sessions that are put onto the account. Everything is priced out accordingly, and these will not change. So all I have to do now is click Save Membership. So now I have this new membership on my account for this 10-pack of trainer rent sessions, and there's 0 of them used. As you book, they'll deduct from here and not ask you to pay for it through the normal scheduling means. So once you get there, you'll save your account, and then we'll move over to the schedule to try and schedule that session. So next week, I also have another client coming in, and they're coming in on Tuesday at 10 o'clock. So I'll find that 10 o'clock time. I'll go to Add Booking, so that way I can book the session. And then under the member, I'll find myself, because I'm going to be booking the time for the floor. There we go. Now under here, like you saw, I had those 2 different distinct training packages. So I'd already pre-bought all of this stuff. So if you read all the way to the end here, these are concessions from that package where it will, every time I sign up for a session, deduct from that total number. So where it was 50, now it's 49. If I select the other option, same thing. It was 10 and now it's 9. So depending upon what package I'm pulling from, that is what it will take these sessions out of. Looking at the rest of this, the date was correct, the time was correct, so all of these are what I need them to be, and I don't want this to be a repeating thing. We're using this gym resource of the training gym floor 1. I'll click myself as the trainer, and then I'll add the note that this is my client Veronica. You'll notice that the price is now 0 because it is taking from these already pre-bought session packages. So then I click Save, and I've booked the session. So now you know how to find in the schedule the available times, and in the schedule there are several different training slots available for the gym floor, as well as specific slots open for the private treatment room and the consult office. So you have whatever you need whenever you need it, as long as you're scheduling ahead of time where nobody else is using that specific resource. If at all you have any questions about this process, feel free to let me know. I'm always happy to help. Otherwise, happy scheduling.